So today I'm going to be doing a Ongoing Directive Bleed Build as a skill tier, so you might want to stick around and check this out. It's pretty cool. Definitely has the longest bleed I've ever seen. So let me just set this up real quick. Hopefully I don't get attacked, because I kind of came here ahead of time. This is the first time I've ever done a live stream slash like actual build. I just gotta set this up before I do anything. 1 second. Okay, where is it? Okay. This is being so slow right now. Okay, go to here. And go here.
Hostile control point nearby.
Alright, there's that. Sorry, it's being slow right now. There we go. I should be good. I think I'm good now. Alright, let's go test this out. Or rather, let's show it.
Friendly combatants detected.
Here we go.
Reinforcements incoming.
Oh.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Okay, where is he? Oh, he's a big guy.
Friendly combatants nearby.
Come on, bleed, buddy, bleed. There we go. Okay, time to get up.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Time to get up here. That's better.
Friendly combatants nearby.
Oh, here we go.
Friendly combatants detected.
There we go. That's a nice little bleed. Nice little bleed. He's not gonna last very
Heavily armored hostile detected.
long. I love the bleed on this build. It's a very long bleed.
Over there, behind that cover.
Love it.
Friendly combatants nearby.
Just watch them bleed to death. That's basically what I'm doing, is just sitting there watching them bleed to death.
Cut out your heart. What?
I like it. I like it. I like it. You just have to be careful. I mean, you're not, it's not like you're, I'm not,
Rogue agent
oh
detected.
shit. I forgot about these guys though.
Friendly combatants detected. Rogue Steve Hive detected. Get in there! Rogue assault turret detected.
Where are you? Wait, is that a big guy I can hear coming? I think this is hilarious. Oh, where's that one?
Friendly combatants nearby.
Someone watch me while it reloads.
letting him bleed. I'll bleed the one guy out and then I'll bleed the other guy out. One's already almost dead anyways. Oh, you idiot. He was in my way, I would have had him.
Rogue fixer drone detected.
Where's the other rogue agent?
Friendly combatants detected.
Whoa. He's dead.
That was a hit.
Rogue Steamer Hive detected.
And he's bleeding. Is he going to bleed to death? Yes, he is.
Rogue agent eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
Supply room access unlocked.
Oh, he dropped a sacrifice.
Friendly control point nearby.
Yes, he did. He dropped a sacrifice. Let's go see what the other one dropped. Probably nothing great anyways, but we'll see.
Friendly combatants nearby.
He died around the corner here. He tried to get away from my he tried to get away from my explosive seeker mine. That didn't happen. What is the target loot here anyways? Oh, okay, mods. It's always good to get stuff. I'll get it anyway so I can deconstruct it. But that'll be later. So, the thing I like about this particular one, because I've done a couple, I've done a bunch of bleed builds, but I never really focused on this one. And I really should have, because this one is, I mean, you can roll your other stuff, or you can use different things, but the reason why I'm doing this is because I can bring my explosive seeker mine back pretty quick. But it's not that, because this backpack has something called Trauma Specialist on it, and it increases the duration of your bleed stat specs by 50%, and all bleed damage done by 100%. So, why not capitalize on that? Turn it into a yellow build, and I know for a fact that if I kept this red, I would not get the same effects. Now look at the bleed duration on this. 15.6 seconds. Typically, even with my Eclipse build, and my Eclipse build has all kinds of status effects, it does not get close to this. I think I can get it up to 12 or 13 bleed for bleed. Not this one. 15 seconds. 15.6. If I threw a Memento backpack on with my Eclipse build, I can get it up to 16.4, but it goes away really quick. This is consistently the same. Versus, yes, I can get it higher with if I put the Memento backpack on my thing and I run the Eclipse build, and it spreads, which is great, but I don't really care if it spreads. That's not the goal. If you have a weapon that has perpetuation on it, or if you have the rifle that has perfect, that will also play into this as well. Because what it does, I don't know if I have one on me. I can go get it, it's in here. I have the rifle version. It helps out a lot, actually. It's this one, it's called the Everlasting Gaze. So, it's got perfect perpetuation on it. Headshots grant 50% status effect damage and duration to the next status effects you apply. So basically, if we play off of the backpack, that is another 50% duration, which you already get 50% from the backpack, so that's 100% duration. And then you get another 50% damage, so that's 150% damage if you pair these two together. And it's really not that. You can get just the regular version and just put it on a really good gun, and you'll be fine. This gun's not too bad, but the fact that it has this huge, I think, because I put the scope on it, but I did have it on another weapon, and I don't know where that weapon went, but if you have just like a rifle that's nice and steady, it's not hard to get headshots if you're steady aim. And that will boost the next time you hit them with a status effect. And I know there's people out there that are going to look at this and go, well, you should use the Ridgeway's Pride because then you'd have constant bleed. But that wasn't the goal of this build, because I want to have 2 bleeds, not 1. 2. That's why I put the Vial Mask on, right? Makes sense. If you're thinking logically, this makes more sense. I can get bleed from either one of these things. Yes, I can get heal and I can get a bleed from the Ridgeways, but then I only have 1 single bleed and that's it. What's the point? When I could have 2 bleeds. And actually, if I put the Pestilence on, I could have 3 bleeds. Yeah, if I put the Pestilence on, I could have 3 bleeds. All going on at the same time. So, I mean, there's different ways you can do this. I'm doing it with this because I'm using the Carnage, which gives me 25% weapon damage to bleeding enemies. After 3 kills, it automatically applies bleed to somebody, the next person. That's great. Unfortunately, I'm still up in the air on this, but I think I might actually put this on. I got a bunch of different options I can put on. I got 3 blue screens. Jeez. I mean, you could put this on. Even though I'm using the Carnage, you could put this on. And that would give you 3 bleeds. Want to see what that looks like? I'll show you. Remember, it's going to give my Pestilence rounds now because I killed things that had status effects, right? So, There's 3 bleeds. 3 bleeds. 3 bleeds. Three bleeds. Yeah. My bleeds are nice too, right? Because my bleeds are 15.6 seconds, and that is on all my bleeds, right? It doesn't matter which thing I'm using to bleed somebody, it's the same. Right, it's 15.6. Now, I could maybe get it up to, like, I don't know for sure, but, see, status effects on this build is off by, like, 0.4. 0.4 there from being perfect. It's perfect there. It's off 0.8 there. 0.9 there. Perfect there. 0.5 there. If I did these, like, if I adjusted these, 0.9 there. I think I could probably get it to maybe 16 seconds. I don't think so, but maybe. I doubt it, actually. It'll probably be like 16, or sorry, it'll probably be like 15.8 maybe. That would be maxed out. Let me see if I can screw around with this shit. Let me just, no, I'm not going to touch that one. I'm going to go to the worst one. I'm just going to try to see if I can strengthen it a little better. So just the biomask, okay. Let's see what we got her up to. I believe I maxed it all out. Alright, so we got status effects max there, max there, max there, max there, max there, max there, giving me a grand total of 15 point, yeah, so I was right, 15.8. 15.8 seconds bleed duration. There is a way to get it higher, but like I said, you use Eclipse and you use the Memento backpack, but it is not going to stay higher. It's going to go all over the place. This is the most consistent bleed duration you're going to get, because the backpack for bleeds, the Ongoing Directive has the strongest backpack talent for the bleed duration. There is no other way to make this better. I don't give a shit what anybody says. This is it. This is your strongest, or sorry, your longest bleed that you're going to get. It's really close to 16 seconds, and that's consistent, right? With the Memento backpack, it is not going to be consistent. It's going to be all over. You might get it higher to, I think I did when I used it with the Eclipse. It was like 16.4 or 16.5, but then it fluctuated and went down and down and down, and it just was all over the place. I never got it past that though, and I was consistently killing things. So it's not consistent that way. That's why I don't do it that way. This is the most consistent way. And if you get a bleed on somebody like that, What am I running? I'm running, whoops, I'm running that. So if I was to run, because I could put it, I could use this as a double whammy. I could use this as a bleed slash fire build, right? Because if I go to my fire, which you need to get used to using this, because this is the best fire there is right here. So right now, according to this, I have a 28-second burn duration when I run Demolitionist. But I'm not going to run Demolitionist. I'm actually going to change it to Firewall. It's not going to affect my bleed at all. Okay? Now that I've changed to Firewall, it will not touch my bleed. My bleed should still be the same. 15.8, yep. But, watch my fire. My fire is now 31.2 seconds. So I have two really nasty durations. Fire and bleed. Now if you try to use, I'm going to show you as a comparison because some people don't realize how strong this fire is. So this is the Airburst Seeker Mine. It is the longest burning one there is in the game. Where's the chem launcher? There's the fire starter, 12.5 seconds, garbage. And then there's the sticky bomb one, 12.6 seconds, garbage. Versus this, it's garbage. 31.2 seconds burn duration. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this one. But I know how to use this one, so that's just it. This takes patience, and you've got to get used to using it. I've killed many people with this particular one right here. When you hit somebody in PvP with this fire, they are dead. There is no coming back. There is no healing. There's no doing whatever. Unless you're running the sniper build, the sniper specialization, which is when you use your med kit, it gets away. It gets rid of status effects. Or if you're using the new mask, I believe it does too. If I'm correct on that, hold on. But you have to be at 30 stacks for that to happen. Now, I don't know if you're on fire. If you're on fire, I think it does count as a stack each time it ticks. But I don't know if you'd heal in time and get it removed in time. And just, of course, like, doesn't matter, I can restart the process anyways by the time they get out of it. And that's why I'm using this this chest piece, because when I throw out the second thing, which is the hive, there's like a 95% chance that my fire secret mine is going to come back immediately.
Looking good, Agent.
So, really good bleed build. 15.8 seconds. Great. You pair that with fire and you change to firewall tree, and you have a 31.2 seconds fire burn as well on top of that. So you can make this a fire bleed build. Night night. And this is ongoing directive, by the way. I'm pairing it with ongoing directive, so most people that make bleed builds, like I said, like maybe 12, maybe 13 seconds. I've been able to squeeze almost 16 seconds out of mine. Now remember, they nerfed bleed very, very hard a long time ago because it was more powerful than it is now. If I used this build that I'm using a long time ago, I probably would have had like a 25-second bleed. But they nerfed it because people were crying about it because they didn't know enough to put hazard protection on, and they were crying about it. And actually, I don't know if there was. I'm trying to remember if there was hazard protection back then. I think there might have been. Maybe they didn't. Anyways, that needs to be. They need to calm that down too as well. So these builds become a way more. I use this in PvE. Sometimes I use it in PvP. You know, you might get somebody with it, but then they're going to put hazard on and you're going to have to do something else. Not a big deal. It's still fun to use. I like it. Yeah. This is typically red. When you get these pieces, they're usually red. So I had to farm for a lot of these. Like, these 4 pieces it took me a while to farm for, but then I turned them into, I made sure they had status effects on them, like naturally, so that I could turn them into a yellow. You could do whatever you want, really. But, yeah. Now, I'm curious about this. I don't know if I have any, but let me see something. I want to see if it... Let me try something. I've always been curious about this. Okay, never mind. I thought it might be able to squeeze some more duration out of it. But no, you can't. Okay, cool. Alright. Sorry it's not a long video, but I wanted to do it live and do it differently because, you know, I could have done it the other way, but I wanted to try this as a new way of doing it. So you can do this, like I said, you can switch this around to your liking. This is the way this is the way I'm currently running it when I play around with this. This has perfectly skilled on it, by the way. That's how I get my skills back. And I put some chance on it. I think it naturally had chance on it, actually, if I remember correctly. I know some people are going to say ridgeways, like I said. Screw ridgeways. Screw ridgeways. You want double bleed. And if you put this on, the pestilence, you'll have triple bleed. So, once you get that, and then, like I said, you have these abilities. Like, you just have to kill somebody with a status effect to get this hollow point ammo. You don't have to get, because you get hollow point ammo, and then you can, you know, it's instant bleed when bullets hit people. But, you don't have to they don't have to die from a bleed. They can die from fire, bleed, poison. It doesn't matter. Whatever they die as with that status effect on, it could be any status effect. You will get hollow point ammo. That's why I said you have fire, and fire burns a while. Let me show you how long that fire burns for. Real quick, before I do this. Because this is insanely fast. Alright, let's see what happens when... and now I have hollow point ammo, right? So there's 3 bleeds. Then you hit it with that, with fire. Now you have 3 bleeds and fire going on. Like, come on. Nothing's surviving that. Yeah. I don't need to say any more. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, check out the next video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. I gotta go for now, but this is my live video. This is my live build video. I'm gonna try it. This is my attempt, so hopefully I did good. Have a good one.